My name's John Erber. I'm the sales and support manager here at VMP. Some of you guys who follow us regularly have probably seen me in some videos and on Tuning Tuesday here and there. And usually on Tuning Tuesday I ask the questions, but today I'm being, I guess, Rebecca Starkey and John Erber.
Can I keep calling you Rebecca?
If that's what pleases you, certainly.
I like that answer. All right, so this week since I was thinking about the Raptor this weekend, I saw the Raptor's getting some upgrades.
That's true. I saw that too. For 2019, they're doing some adaptive suspension issues on it. Not issues, but upgrades. It's like active suspension.
It's basically going to have active suspension, which...
It's going to be like brake and gas modulation anywhere between 0 and I think 20 miles an hour. So if you're rock crawling or going off-roading, the truck actually kind of controls the engine power itself. So it makes it a little steadier, I guess, rock crawling,
sure,
if you would.
And then it has electronic shocks, which, I mean, we've had that technology on other cars before. It's not like that's anything crazy new. But, I mean, it is new for the big high-performance truck. We've got heavy-duty suspension, blah, blah, blah. It is new to the Raptor, so... We'll see how it performs. It is keeping the 3.5 EcoBoost.
That's what I saw as well. The information I looked at today said nothing about the 7-liter, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. But that doesn't mean that it may not happen, and maybe they're just trying to quiet all that down.
Hopefully, because I was going down I-4 to Orlando Sunday, and me and a Raptor went at it. And my truck doesn't have nothing crazy done to it. Plus, I'm steel body, and I dragged the Raptor to the speed limit, because that's where I stopped.
A newer Raptor?
A newer Raptor.
Yeah, that's impressive.
A newer Raptor. And I was like upset. Like I told my girl, I was like, I think he's gonna beat us. Like I'll run him just because if he wants to go, screw it. Of course, I stopped at 70 miles an hour.
Well, speaking of being fast, and tonight we're going to be talking about a lot of high horsepower cars. I want to ask you guys out there a question. Let us know or comment. What kind of builds do you guys have going on, and what kind of power are you looking or expecting to make, and some of the parts that you guys are going to be using? We want to hear from you, so please chime in on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks.
I know Ken chimed in, said what's up. Kerry already got back to him, but Ken has a supercharged F-150, what I would do if I had money. JP's working on 3-valve, he's in there. Mitchell Page, obviously his car isn't in here. His car's out there. I just put a converter in his car yesterday.
Race car.
Yeah, it's not a race car. Whoa, Mitchell Page doesn't have a race car. He has a very fast street car. That car still has backseat in it. True. Still has the AC compressor in it. True. Still has passenger seat.
That's true. It even has DOT tires.
It has DOT tires. That's his family car. It runs 9s, but it's a family car. Brian Mockridge, I think you guys have been talking to him. He's going to see us in Carlisle. Yep. He's got the 67 Ford F100. I don't have supporting pictures. Damn, if I had known he was going to be on here, I would have had him. But he has a 67 F100 with like a complete GT500 swap. Oh, sweet. But then he has 0304 Terminator rear IRS.
That's unique.
Yeah, truck makes, when we dynoed it last, truck made 720. And I think since then he's put a different throttle body on it. He put a bigger overdrive pulley on the bottom. I can't remember what, he did a 148 intake. He had a 123. Okay. So yeah, Brian's got a nasty build too. Pretty much everyone that I'm friends with that's on here right now has some cool stuff.
Well, what's some new stuff that's going on out there? I saw a note today that Shelby is going to be making or recreating the 1967 Super Snake. They're going to build 10 of these cars.
Yeah, only 10, but they're serialized. They're legit.
They're a continuation Shelby series, I guess. They have the first one built, so they're going to be building 9 more of these cars. Has a 427 medium riser engine in it, 520 horsepower.
All right, you're going to have to slow down a little there for me. What the hell? Medium riser, like there's push rods in there. There's not cams. There's not cams in the head. Like what the hell's going on?
No cams, just one cam, Uncle Sam.
One cam.
One cam.
That's boring.
That's
as Justin Young says, how do you make horsepower without all that Japanese voodoo magic?
Well, it's not a drift car, and it's certainly not an S550 or a Coyote.
I mean, 500 horsepower is pretty stout for push rod, single cam, older technology.
Yeah, it should run really, really good. It's a gorgeous car, as you guys can see the picture, and I think prices start at around $250K. So
$250,000. Now, what's one worth?
It's a brand new '67
I agree.
Shelby Super Snake.
What's one worth that's a real one? A '67.
I don't know.
Shelby.
If you guys out there know how much they're going for, you've been watching Barrett Jackson, let us know. I'm guessing easily $150,000 easy.
So that's not bad. If they're going for 150, you can get a brand new one for 250.
150 for an original?
Is that what they are? I don't know.
That's
That
last
sounds
time I was
conservative.
watching
If
them go through the
150
auction.
sounds conservative considering.
Oh,
they
man.
I'm
were
sure somebody will
250
let us know.
Somebody is already bringing up the eVan project. JP, my man. I don't. Let's just talk about his car. We don't need to talk about my eVan.
Alexander with Shelby Canada West up in Canada, 1.3 million.
I was gonna say I thought a
And
true
that's-
'67
thank
Super
you,
Snake was up
Alexander.
there.
That's what I was thinking.
My bad. Well, I was just thinking a regular '67 GT500. I wasn't thinking an original Super Snake.
Oh
so
yeah, no, I was thinking
Alexander, I apologize, but hey, thanks for joining us on here. It's awesome to have you. Thanks.
He's a regular. He's a regular. He said one and only
Was sold
one
in
and
Alberta.
only was sold in Alberta, actually.
So it was sold where he's at. That's why he knows all about it. What?
Well, and he works for Shelby.
So JP's trading in his 3-valve for a stage 3 Roush. Goals for it: pulley swap, twin 67, PMAS intake. Not sure what power. That'll make good power. I mean, Roush cars already do damn good, and then it sounds like you're basically going for like our 727 kit. Just pulley, throttle body. It'll do good. They're stout. I mean, you know, same rotors that's in our blowers.
It's a 3-valve though.
No. He's trading in his 3-valve
okay,
for a
my
Roush
bad.
car.
My
He's
bad.
giving up on his 3-valve
He's
aspirations.
giving up on his 3-valve.
Super Snakes are in the 7 figures. Yeah, he says it's all. He says the same thing. But yeah, original. Is it called an original now? It's still Shelby making it. Shelby, of course, had all the factory blueprints for them when they were made in '67. So is that technically
It's
like?
still an original Shelby.
And it's continuation. So that's the same thing.
Yeah. So all these new millennials who have big bank accounts, I guess, can have a pretty.
Why'd you
awesome
look
car.
at me when you said that? New millennials that have big bank accounts, like kept looking at the camera.
I'm not saying you have a lot
I'm not a
of money,
millennial
though.
anyway. We've had this conversation. I'm not a millennial.
How old are you?
I'm not a millennial.
All right.
Age is irrelevant. I like guns. I'm Republican. I like fast cars. I don't need safe zones. I'm not a millennial. All right, but talking about Shelbys,
Yes.
we have a hell of a Shelby hiding behind us. Is that backwards on camera? Am I pointing at the Shelby, or is that like flipped around? How's that work?
Exactly how you see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we have a nice Shelby behind us then. We want to start talking about what we've got going on in
we
here.
can lead into that. Earlier in the week, if you guys follow myself or VMP on social media, we posted a picture of a Coyote Illuminator crate engine. That engine is going to be going in the Super Snake wide body that is right behind me.
Before we get into the cars, Yarub would like to know, will VMP make superchargers that fit the 2018 Coyote?
At this time, we don't have anything in the works. We've really been focusing on Gen 3 stuff. We've obviously got them coming out for Cobra here in the next month. We've been working on them for GT500 and 5.0. There's a lot of hood clearance issues that wouldn't necessarily work with our VMP elbow that makes us famous, but we are still working at it. We'll see what comes.
And
true.
we do offer the Roush.
Yes,
So
Yes.
we do.
currently, people that are interested, we do have the Roush 2650, and we do have that available.
That's true.
If you want more information on that, it's actually on our website. I'm happy to post a link to it if you'd like me to, but we do have the Roush. Steve Hall also says, Donny Evan Duffy. What's happening? Guys, love the show.
Donny Evan Duffy. I think I could change. I could work with that. I like it. I feel like the Evan is going to become such a bigger thing than it really is.
Well, I'm just waiting for somebody to ask when the T-shirts are coming.
All right, we're talking about the Evan. So hold on, let me respond to JP. So Donnie, can the stage 3 I'm getting make 700 with bolt-ons, or should I build it and swap to a Gen 3? JP 700 wheel is what I assume we're talking about. Just since everything on this show we usually talk about wheel horsepower. 700 wheel, you can do it. Why is my Evan shirt up? And now I feel obligated to talk about the Evan. Oh well, we'll get back to it. 700 wheel, we can do with Gen 3. With the stock blower that's on there, no, we wouldn't be able to hit 700 wheel. But with pump gas and Gen 3, it is attainable. So if you're talking flywheel horsepower now, then yeah, 700's cake. We can make that happen very quickly, very easily with the Roush blower or whatever else. But yeah, if we want 700 wheel on pump gas, you're swapping to a Gen 3, buddy. All right, you want to jump in the cars?
Yeah, we can do that.
So all right, we were talking about our Illuminator.
Our Illuminator, right, the crate engine that we posted some pictures of, and like we were talking about behind us is the Shelby Super Snake wide body that it's going to be going in. It's a really unique car. We're excited to have it here. A lot of carbon fiber, pretty crazy interior, so let's go take a look at it.
Yeah, it is unique because, and it's hard for me to say that, saying I've gone to a lot of Mustang shows, I've seen a lot of Mustangs.
Sure.
There really aren't that many that I haven't seen this special edition, that special edition, but this is one of them.
Yep, it's legit. You can see all the carbon fiber under the rear diffuser, trim panel, the trunk, the spoiler, everything is all real carbon fiber.
I wish we had another S550 sitting next to it right now so we could show you how much wider this thing is. I mean, it's got to be a solid 4 inches on either side.
Oh,
I want to
definitely.
say that these vents right here, that's how much wider it is than a stock S550.
I would say that would be about correct. It's not the bolt-on flares that you see on Instagram and stuff all the time. This is a legit wide-body car built by Shelby America.
Isn't this all carbon fiber?
I believe it is.
Yeah,
All carbon
apparently
fiber.
quarter panels are carbon fiber, doors are carbon fiber to match up with the widened quarter panels. Fenders are carbon, side skirt, everything's real carbon. It even has real carbon fiber two-piece wheels, which that's really the mind blower for me. You need to get a shot of that because carbon fiber two-piece wheels are more than probably. I'm thinking.
Cars.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. I was trying to think of how to say it nicely. I would bet every bit those wheels
Absolutely.
are over 10,000.
It's a custom handmade set of Alpha 1 wheels, 20 inches in the front, 21s in the back. I'm not sure about how wide they are. If I had to guess, I'd probably say they're 21 by 12 or 13 inches wide at least. We'll get here. Take a look at the interior real quick.
Oh yeah, it's been all redone. Somebody literally ripped this entire stock car apart and redid everything on the interior.
It's got Recaros, all custom covered. Headliner is custom. You guys can see the e-brake for drifting if the driver chooses to do that. It's kind of reminiscent of the old 80s Fox bodies, the porno red interior.
It is.
Everything was red.
You know, actually, since you're playing Rebecca, you should know Rebecca had an 80s Fox body with the porno red interior.
Porno red interior, of course.
I think it was a 4-cylinder. I don't think it was a 5.0, but Rebecca did have a porno red interior Fox body at one point.
But I like the interior on this car. I think it looks really cool.
Oh yeah. It's not for me, but it's definitely cool. It's nice. Now let's show them the massive engine that's in the engine bay. Or can you?
It looks like there's something wrong, actually, to me.
I mean, it's lightweight. Boom. I don't know if I was in camera yet, but whatever. So, yeah, you want to tell them the story on this since you, being in sales, know the story of the car a little better than me?
Well, what I can tell you, what I do know about this car is that it has been to a couple of other shops. The motor got taken apart. Nobody really knew how to fix it or how to make it better with the issues they were having with it. So the car got shipped to us, and the box or the motor is in 2 different boxes, all completely torn apart, camshafts, crankshaft.
I mean, it's not just in 2 different bodies. Like the cam caps are in different boxes. Rods are in different boxes with the end caps, which if you guys know anything about how they make a connecting rod, it's actually one whole solid piece that goes around the crankshaft that they crack in half. And where that natural crack forms is how the connecting rod's made and the 2 halves are made. So if they don't go exactly with each other, that is now a rod cap that was broken off of a different rod. That won't work. You can't put a motor back together like that.
But continuing on from the rest of the car, real carbon fiber hood, vented to let the heat out. A lot of really neat stuff on it. Front end's off of the car now, obviously, because we're working on it.
Yeah, and it's definitely got a lot of suspension stuff done. Obviously, you see vented front brakes. We're going to have to figure out how that all goes back in. That looks like a giant front sway bar compared to what stock is. I know we got Maximum Motorsports, some kind of suspension up under the front. I don't know what is all under there.
I'm not sure what it is either, honestly. I haven't taken a look under the car yet myself.
Yeah, I mean, really we were waiting for motor to come in, and it's funny we're covering it now because we just got motor here, and now we're going to get cracking on it, which you want to talk about the illuminator for a little bit.
Absolutely. This is the motor that we were talking about earlier that you guys saw on social media when Mike, the lead technician, and I uncrated it. And it is 11-to-1 illuminator, but tell them what else we're doing to it.
It's going to get billet. Well, it already got oil pump gears and crank gear. It's got built transmission. Or no, sorry, I'm already jumping ahead to the other one.
Right.
This one, it's going to get the Shelby supercharger and everything put back on it.
Camshafts.
It's getting cams. Yeah, and then put it all together and see what she does.
That's right.
It already had headers on the car. It already had a good bit of performance upgrades and whatnot done, as I can see from the parts that are sitting in all the boxes. But yeah, car came in with long tubes. Car came in with a fairly large heat exchanger. It was already supercharged, not by us, unfortunately, but boost is boost. I can appreciate it all.
But the owners wanted something durable in it, so that's why we went with the Ford Illuminator engine. I don't have any idea how much power this thing's going to make. Hopefully, I'm sure it's going to be 700 plus, but it's going to be a blast. I'm sure they'll be really happy with it. So it's a pretty awesome car. I'm excited to hear it run when it's done.
Yeah, especially when they sit apart this long, it just makes it like that much more satisfying.
It's going to be like Christmas in July.
Exactly.
It's probably going to be.
Well,
July.
I feel like it was already Christmas when we got the big Ford crate. Like, I don't know, the box is still over there. It's covered in crap, but it was like it showed up and there's just this big cardboard box, Ford Performance. It was like, oh, what's Santa bring us?
The motor.
All right, man, cool. Let's go. You guys want to?
Well, let's go to
way?
where are we heading?
Let's head up that way and see if Carrie's got
was
anything
wondering-
for us real quick.
Oh yeah, we can go back up there and
I was just wondering, the motor got so much, the engine got so much play on social media. People were really interested. I was wondering if Chris could maybe zoom in on it for a second, just so the audience can see it. I posted a photo of it yesterday, and I posted it, I think 2 days ago on Instagram, and it just received a lot of attention. And so people are really interested in it. So
Larry from New York, I see you. What's up, man?
I thought that people might
Jay,
wanna-
you need to stop commenting on 0304 Cobras and listen to me and buy a GT500.
Thanks, Chris.
Amy had a friend with a 3-valve with all red interior. There's a lot of the red interiors.
And Alexander was sitting there saying that he had red interior also.
Yep, I see that on Alexander now. Like I said, Rebecca had the Fox body with porno red interior. Yeah,
Thanks, Chris.
you got anything on the YouTube, or should we sit back down?
No, Kenneth just says, hey, sup, y'all.
Sup, Kenneth. Oh man, Chris is all back in position, and I want to go talk about this car now.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. Do you have anything else we need to address?
Nah, I looked through them all. This is back to 700 horsepower, and then I just touched on all them.
Cool.
Oh, Mitchell Page said, hey, y'all.
Hey, Mitchell.
What's up, Mitchell Page? Converter got in your car yesterday. Drove it around a little bit. It does good burnouts.
Cool.
I'm just kidding. Kinda.
All right, we're gonna go over here and take a look at another car that we're doing a build on currently.
Yeah. This was another one that basically was start from the ground up, let's go all the way. It didn't show up in pieces. Car did show up completely assembled, but owner put a Hellion twin turbo kit. Owner put a Hellion twin turbo kit on it. We tuned it. He basically said, tune it to the moon. I don't care if it blows up.
Right.
And 1,600 miles later, the car said, okay, it's time to blow up.
Have a nice day.
So it got brought to us, still running and driving, but had a very, very hurt cylinder number 8.
Yeah, it engine was full of oil. The intake was full of oil. It just
Everything was full of oil. The
it
whole
said, "See ya."
exhaust.
So
It was nasty. But he basically said, okay, I want to make,
he wants the best of everything.
I want the best of everything. I want to make 4 digits and not have to worry about it.
That's exactly right.
So he upgraded the turbos before, just because he knew he was coming in to do the motor build. We got an L&M short block for it.
Right.
ARP head studs.
Yep.
Stock heads put back on, not ported. But they with
With
boost
this kind of forced
with
induction.
boost, porting doesn't matter quite as much. Don't get me wrong. Porting always helps you, but with boost makes the motor breathe.
Right, because it forces the air.
Exactly.
into
If
the
there's any
engine,
kind of turbulence, it's not quite as big a deal when you're shoving 20 pounds of boost down it compared to when you're
Absolutely.
naturally aspirated and the motor has to suck the air in.
That's true. So like Donnie was saying, it's got stock heads. I think even the cams are stock on this thing.
Yep.
It's got a liquid to air intercooler, ATI damper on it. What else? It is a 6R80 car, so we
Yep.
upgraded the clutches and the intermediate shaft as well.
Yep, he got
to
the
hold-
exit clutches.
to hold all that horsepower. Let's take a walk forward a little bit.
What's up? What do you got?
Genio wants to know, what was the Hellion putting down before it blowed?
I want to say it did.
I want to say it was 789.
Yeah, it was close to 800 with octane booster, and we know it's on the ragged edge.
Yeah.
Let's still make power.
And it's after we get done with it, it is going to be on E85 with also a Pump 93 tune, so he can putz around town in it.
Yep, we did just put a 4 return style fuel system in it.
Yeah, and it's also got, like I said, liquid air intercooler, and it's got a huge tank in the trunk, so you can pack it with ice and water to keep this thing cooled off. It's got the full turbo exhaust, but it does have cutouts on it, so you can have a little fun on the street if he wants to.
It has cutouts and it has active exhaust mufflers.
It does, actually. It does have valves on the muffler as
Which
well.
I haven't seen how he has that wired in yet. Like I went
either.
looking and I couldn't trace it. Like I don't know how he has that hooked up, but he does have active exhaust.
But luckily, he's got some Mickey Thompson SS street tires on it because he's going to need them.
Yeah, that might not even be enough at this point.
It does have a 6-point cage in it with door bars. They're currently out of the car. Other than that, the interior is pretty stock. It's got a 6-point harness on the driver's side. I don't know if you can get in there and see that. But
I love this car just because it is very deceiving. You see it and it's on nice, clean, silver gray wheels. It's convertible. The cage is, I want to say, hidden in a sense because it's a black car. It's a black interior with a black top with a black cage on a gray car. It doesn't jump out to you.
Not at all.
If you saw this thing rolling down the road, you wouldn't know what the hell you were next to. Nope. And it really isn't rowdy. I mean, it ain't, rowdy's my universal word, by the way, for everyone watching, for a loud car. Yeah. Like, if a car's loud, it's rowdy. This thing isn't rowdy. It's quiet, which turbos do have a hell of a quieting effect.
Definitely. Turbos act as mufflers.
Yeah. But, yeah, you would never know what this car is going down the road.
Yeah, just like Donnie was saying, Giovanni 20-inch rims. Unless you get up close, you really can't tell it's got drag radials on it.
Yeah. Come up to the business end. Oh, he's out of cord.
So I want to chime in real quick just from the standpoint that you guys out there in TV land, social media land, asked for us to do shop tours and asked us to do some tours of some of the cars that we're working on here on VMP. If you like this show, be sure to like and share and subscribe to our channel so that way the guys can keep offering shows like this. So, show us some love. Make sure you like and share. The more you do, the more we can do shop videos and things like this, so you can see kind of what's going on behind the scenes here. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, guys. Touching on what Carrie said, yeah, make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing. Obviously, this is all for you guys. If we don't have viewers, why are we doing the show? Granted, you guys have been doing great. I know you guys have been sharing it, so just keep it up so we can keep doing this.
Yeah, like Donnie said, that's why we're out here today, because this is what you guys asked for. You wanted to see what was going on in the shop. You wanted to see some of the cars that we're building, so that's what we're doing here for you guys today. So now you can see the business end of this thing. This is, you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at it, but it is the L&M short block. Everything's in it, all back together. Twin 6466 precision turbos, so the turbos themselves have been upgraded in the kit.
Yep. GT350 intake manifold.
Yep. Absolutely.
Which, once again, very deceiving looking. That's kind of why I like doing the GT350 and the 18 manifold swaps that people are doing now on 5.0s, because you pop the hood, it doesn't jump out to you. That doesn't scream, oh, this is an aftermarket $1,000 intake that makes a bunch of horsepower.
This looks like a stock Coyote with a couple of hair dryers on it.
Exactly, precisely.
You can't see really any of the liquid to air plumbing. All that stuff is hidden up underneath the front bumper cover.
Oh, it is very tight under the front bumper cover. Let me assure you, there's not a lot of room.
Changing the water pump on this thing would probably take you 6 hours compared to...
Yeah, this turbo is actually mounted where the thermostat is. You put in longer studs that go through the thermostat housing, then there's spacers, and the turbo bolts to the thermostat, basically bolts to where the thermostat housing does. There's definitely not a lot of room. I will say, I love horsepower, I love boost, but for accessibility, the twin turbo kit isn't the way to go because it makes everything tight up under this thing. I mean, even just doing the exhaust, the downpipes, everything, very tight.
Obviously, we don't know what kind of power it's going to make yet, but I would be willing to bet, since it was making almost 800 before, being on E85 and be able to turn it up and party a little bit, we're going to be well into the 4 digits, as you can imagine.
I know that's where the customer wants to be, so I don't think he'll have any problem making it.
Not at all.
Especially not with the upgrades we've done.
So, real sleeper car.
I want to know what it runs at the track. Forget horsepower numbers. I want to know what he does. All right, let's go check the Facebook.
The Facebook.
I'm sure I see little reactions floating across.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot. There's some on here.
They're just looking.
Genio said, we already asked Genio's. Mitchell says, I want to make 4 digits and not have to worry about it. Brian says, sounds like what I want it to do, tune it to the moon, and then when it blows up, time for 4 digits. Over on YouTube, we do have a couple questions.
Okay.
All right, yeah, ask away.
Kenneth says, when you upgrade the superchargers or turbos, what do you do with the old systems? Do you refurbish them or sell them?
Turbos is kind of a case-by-case basis, obviously. Most customers usually want the stuff back. True. With blowers, once again, usually customers want the stuff back. We have a trade-in program established for our Gen 3 supercharger. That's about it. Just to touch on that real quick, don't know if you guys know, for our Gen 3 supercharger, we do have a trade-in program going. So any blower, locked up, whatever brand, TVS, we'll give you up to $500 for it. Gen 1 VMP Roush blower that's in working order, up to $750.
Right.
Gen 2 working order up to 1,000, and then Gen 2R up to $1,200. Depend, you know, in working order, everything. You got to give us all the pieces, parts. Can't go robbing the snout off. But anyway, so that's how that works. Now that I answered his question in 5 minutes, keep going.
I'll share a link to the trade-in program.
Okay.
Also, your Rube came back and says, do you have to change the clutch if you will put Hellion twin turbos on a 18 Coyote?
The clutch on a manual car, you would absolutely have to upgrade the clutch. There's no doubt about it. At least a twin disc.
The car will drive.
It'll drive, but
for a little.
If you start beating on it,
the pedal might stay on the floor when you get on it, but you know it'll work.
But yeah.
Donny, how tall are you?
Was that a question?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'7".
Well, yeah, you're a giant.
Someone says, "Wow, Donny's really tall." Jeez.
Yeah, well, I'm 5'7", and you're what?
6'7".
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I've never had to stand up on the show before. This is like the first time they've seen me out. No, because I've stood next to it. Yeah, but Justin's taller too. Justin's over 6 foot. So we were walking around Ponies in the Smokies, and Justin's over 6 foot. All right.
Evans wants to know what's going on with the LX Coupe back in the corner. We are going to hit on that here in a little bit.
Yeah, I will touch on that, Dane. Don't go anywhere. All right, price range. I think I saw Michael come in very late on that, but we were talking about the Illuminator. Do you know what that runs?
Depends on obviously where you get it from. Pricing, I would say, ranges anywhere from 10 to 11, 11.5, somewhere in there. Depends on the options that you choose and how it's built.
Sure, you can pick compression and whatnot on it.
And they are hand built, as that one has a tag on it and signed by the gentleman who put it together.
Yeah.
So Genio wants to know what spoiler is on that silver car behind you guys. So I'm guessing he's talking about the Shelby Super
That
Snake.
almost looks like it's one piece with the carbon fiber deck lid. I don't know. You don't think?
No, it's not part of the deck lid.
No, it's not.
It's not. I'm not sure.
It's probably a Shelby thing.
It's very similar to a GT350 spoiler, but
R.
I'm sure it's a Shelby piece. So I'm not sure how much it would cost. I'm sure quite a bit.
Yeah. What else we got?
Someone else was asking about the price range of that car, and I don't think we know.
I think we did look it up when it came in here before. This particular car, how much it cost? I think it was around 140, 150K, somewhere in there.
I don't think it was. Was it this one or was it Celine?
No, it was a.
Because the Celine we looked up, I did not look up this one.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I know the Celine you're talking about. That was
the S351.
Yeah. But all right, Mitchell Page, we already heard about you. Brian Mockridge, sound like what I want to do. Tune. Oh, I know what he wants to do. When it blows up, time for 4 digits. So that's Brian is basically he's not on a budget necessarily, but he has a banker that he's married to, and she somewhat keeps him in check. Okay. And I think once it blows up, then he'll have the go-ahead to do whatever the hell he has to do well, honey, the car can't run without this new alternator. It'll be one of those things. And then his truck will make 4 digits without a doubt.
Donnie, there's a question. I've got a set of Manley H-beam rods and a Platinum Series pistons. The rods are officially rated at 700 horsepower, but to my knowledge have been used to 1,000-ish. Yep. Using these parts up to around 750 to 800 wheel horsepower, would it be necessary to sleeve the block?
750 to 800, no.
No.
You're not there yet. I mean, granted, I'm not going to tell you don't. If you're building the motor, you've got the motor apart, I would say sleeve it. You're already putting forged internals in it. You've got the thing apart now. And then when you want to turn it up later on, you're ready to go. Right. And you know you're that much more reliable while doing it. Because granted, while we know at 750, 800, most of the time you don't need a sleeve block. Unfortunately, with cars, everyone knows shit happens. I say go ahead and do it now. If you have the means to do it, you're asking that question, do it.
Yeah, you can't do too much preventative stuff, especially oil pump gears and things like that.
Yeah, definitely oil pump gears, crank gears. Is Donnie wearing Ronald McDonald shoes? I don't think Ronald McDonald's shoes were like heels. I think they were just long. And really, I only have like a size 14 foot. It's not
like high top bowling shoes.
High top bowling shoes. That's exactly what I wear. Gino said thanks. That's it. You got anything on the YouTube, or are we going to the next car?
That's it right now.
All right, let's go talk about our GT500.
Okay.
Ryan says awesome, and thanks for the response, guys.
Oh, no worries.
What do we have here?
Well, what we have right now is a GT500 with a smaller pulley, cams, headers, and it makes 830 rear wheel horsepower.
That's right.
But 830 isn't enough, apparently.
Of course not.
From what I hear.
You got to have all horsepower.
So I think he's shooting for, he wants to be in the 1500 range.
That's correct. We're going to get him as close as we can.
It'll go there, but it's going to take a lot. So right now I know the guy's already wanting L&M sleeve motor put together. He's going to do our Gen 3 on it. Obviously already got cams, already have headers. Probably our big monoblade throttle body, I'm assuming.
Yep.
What else is he doing motor-wise?
Like Donnie was saying, this is going to be a max effort build. It's going to be the L&M sleeve studded block. It's going to be the best of everything Gen 3 with probably the smallest pulley that we make on it. It's going to get a custom built clutch from Mantic, triple disc.
Which actually you guys have seen that clutch before.
Yeah.
They're all custom one piece or one-off made, but the car Grant's GT500 that's basically going to be very similar to this. Max effort, L&M engine, all the goodies, cams, headers. Grant's car has that triple disc, and I actually really like it in the sense of it's a triple disc clutch that is rated to hold 4 digits, and honestly, I could put Chris in it, who drives a Volkswagen Golf GTI. Excuse me, sorry.
Rabbit. It's a freaking rabbit.
It drives a rabbit every day. He could get in there and push that clutch and not be like, oh man, this is he'd be fine.
Yeah, the pedal effort's great. And,
Yeah.
And the Mantic clutches.
And it holds 4 digits. You can't argue with that. Definitely. So yeah, is he building the trans?
Yeah, it's going to get a fully built 6060 TR 6060. Again, this is it's a nice car, low mileage car. The owner is just, if you can imagine, he's not happy with the 800 something horsepower that this thing
If
makes.
you can imagine, like let's add that, let's emphasize that. If you can imagine not being happy with 830 rear wheel, which I don't know how many, like I know a lot of you guys are into horsepower on here. You like this stuff, but I don't know if you can truly fathom
So you drive a car
830.
Like
just because like I know what cars were considered fast in my world before I started here. And then the first time like Alex took me for a ride in a 700 horsepower car, it was like that was game changing.
It's night and day. It really is. And you've got to remember, you got to learn how to drive a little bit. Be humble and point it in a straight line.
Oh yeah, you can't, because I mean you just punch the thing in 5th still. Doesn't matter you're only doing 60. It'll go. Especially the TVS makes the power down low with the torque. It just goes. So yeah, I think he'll be in for a shock.
Oh, for sure. And I think actually he said he wanted Justin Starkey to give him some driving lessons out at the track. So
okay.
Smart man.
So then we're gonna go to the track. I like it.
But yeah, just another beautiful car that we're in the process of. It'll be here for several weeks. It's obviously a huge build. We're going to drop the K-member, the engine, transmission, all that stuff at the same time because that's how we do it around here.
Yeah, and then when it goes back together now, I don't think he wants to lighten it up a little, right? We're doing aftermarket K-member.
That's correct. Yep.
And what are we doing with the rear end? Because I know
he wants to put a spool in it. And
chirp.
And he's going to put the big weld drag wheels on the back with some sticky tires. So.
I think we're looking at aerospace brakes for it.
Right.
So it'll definitely lighten these up because actually GT500 brakes, not that you can see them at the angle you're at, GT500 brakes are great. These cars were, is this a 1314?
Yes, it is.
So these cars were rated out of the factory to do 200 miles an hour. And to do that, Ford had to do a couple of different things. Just fun facts at this point, honestly. But it has giant big Brembos on the front. And those are actually amazing brakes, highly sought after. Guys with S197s want them, but they're heavy as hell. You can literally save like 30 pounds swapping from those brakes to aerospace or Strange. One of the other cool things about the 1314 GT500 I was telling John earlier was in an effort to get the 0 to 60 time down under 4 seconds, they actually changed the gear ratios on the 6060. First gear in these goes up to 60. That way you never had to shift and they could get the 0 to 60 time down. That was the only reason they changed it. Plus, of course, getting it to the 200 mile an hour top speed.
Right. Yeah, that was one of the last things that Carroll Shelby wanted to do before he died was get this car into the 200 mile an hour club. And I think it made 198, if I remember correctly.
It was close.
Really close, yeah, unfortunately.
It needed a different tailwind. All right, we can go jump back, see what people are saying, commenting. I feel so awkward when you're like walking away from me with the camera.
You feel like he doesn't like
Are we going to sit down on a black leather couch right now, or are we doing a show? I'm a little confused.
Kenneth has another question. He says, I know American Muscle got 509 horsepower NA. Do you think it can get to 550 NA without cams and internals? And if so, what else would he need to add?
He's talking about the 2018 10R80 car. I think it's a 10R80.
What? Can you repeat the question just because half of it
American
reading.
Muscle got 509 NA,
Yep.
and he's looking to make 550 NA without cams and internals. And if so, what else would he need to add?
Internals, I wouldn't say we need for 500 at all. That motor will handle it. But I think cams are necessary, unfortunately.
I would absolutely agree.
Because
Naturally
while
aspirated.
I really did like the video American Muscle did, I actually watched it as well. They call those minor bolt-ons. That's pretty much everything you can do to that car other than cams.
Yep.
The 18 obviously has an amazing intake manifold, as we've seen from people swapping them onto other applications.
That's right.
They did headers. They did a cold air intake. Maybe throttle body, but honestly, not many aftermarket throttle bodies are going to give you horsepower on an NA build like that.
Nope.
Pretty much all we have left to do are cams and porting and whatnot.
Yep.
Scott says that GT500 looks like it's running on the stock rims. When looking to do over 800 horsepower, is there a reason folks don't go wider wheels like the gray Shelby?
I think, well, that car does have sticky tires on it. It's got Toyo R888s on it. I think some people just like their stock rims, but like I said, he is going to upgrade to a drag style setup on that car.
Is there a reason? No. No, there's never a reason. If you have stupid amount of horsepower and you aren't putting something on the back that can take like a 315 or a 325 tire, no, there's not a reason other than maybe you like doing burnouts.
You like to party.
You like to party.
That's right.
F8L says, was the bypass valve upgraded on the Gen 3 to help with the drivability with aggressive cam profiles and the higher flow on tip and throttle? He's a GT500 owner.
I don't know. I do know that for cammed applications, we have a low vacuum bypass valve just for cars that are turned to the moon and you have low vacuum.
We have cams in them.
Yeah, that have cams in them because obviously that kills the vacuum. But I don't believe it's any different than our 2.3. You can definitely message sales and support, though, if you want a for sure answer on that, and we'll find out for you.
And since we were just talking about 2018s and the kind of power they're making, just so you guys do know, we do have some 2018 intake manifolds available. I know we're one of the few people who do.
Yeah.
Please contact us at sales@VMPPerformance if you guys are interested. My staff can help you guys out.
Yeah, all right, let's go through. Donny owns shoes. Yes, I own shoes. Ken says, let's see Donny's truck. My truck's boring. You can point at it real quick if you really feel like it. Okay, I agree. My truck's boring. I just got a 14 F-150. It's lifted and wheels and tires. Gino, what do you think about an 18 auto with 410s? Any advantage? In the past, I've always seen an advantage to gears. But when you have a 10-speed transmission,
True.
I almost feel like it would be shifting too much. I mean, they've got the shifts down in that car. Don't get me wrong. Car shifts hard and fast. The shifting almost doesn't slow you down. But with 410s, I almost think you'd be bouncing off the rev limiter even after it shift. It would hit limiter, shift, and then hit limiter right again.
Yeah, and I haven't seen anybody, any competitors or other companies put gears in one of those yet either. So that doesn't mean it may or may not help, but
Sure.
I agree with what Donnie is
Now,
saying.
and the other thing I will say, we went to the track actually with R18 bone stock, and Evan Smith, who's a well-known writer in the Ford community, he does a lot of Ford stuff, he brought one as well, and he had the track pack he had steeper gears. I don't know what gear, I think those have 355?
An automatic, yes.
Yeah, and ours has 315,
Right.
and we both ran at the same time. We both ran 11.8 with bone stock 18s that weren't tuned, stock tires, everything. So gears didn't change anything in that situation. Now, I will say, to be fair, plus everyone likes to pick apart all the details, the track pack does, of course, have better brakes. It does have better sway bars. It is a little bit heavier a car because it does have fancier interior. So did that play a part that he had better gears, but he had more weight, and that's why he still ran the same time as us? I don't think so, but I'm just throwing it out there so you can make your own conclusions.
I see my buddy Tim Brady just chimed in and wants to see my my Cobra. But yeah, car's not here today, Tim, but thanks for chiming in, man. I really appreciate it. But we will we'll get my car coming up maybe on a future episode. I have some plans in mind for that thing.
Burnouts. Lots of burnouts.
That is definitely one of them. Needs tires.
I feel like in our employee handbook, there needs to be a stipend that whenever your vehicle needs tires, you have to roast them off in the burnout bad.
You know, Donnie, I think it's time for the meme of the week because
Yeah.
Levins has a
All right.
he's got a hot date.
That's my neighbor. He lives straight across the street from me. Like, I drink with him not every night, but he could ask me about the damn car. But all right. Go to the meme of the week. So, you want to know what's in the Coyote? Or, wow, what's in the
Wow,
Fox body?
way-
Well, I see it's
way to
loaded
go.
over there.
Way to go, buddy.
I see he has it pulled up. It's not playing though. It's not going over.
It is. It's
Oh,
on
it is?
there.
All right, my
You're on a
bad.
delay, buddy.
Well, geez. I'm not your buddy, pal.
So what's going on with so what's going on with the LX in the corner?
The LX,
Speaking of employee cars,
yeah, speaking of employee cars, that is Travis Dean's, who works here, obviously. It is his 87 LX that has a Coyote swap going on right now. Definitely a lot still get done. Needs a transmission put in, a lot of other buttoned up, a lot of electrical. But motor's up in it, K-members up in it.
Yeah.
It'll be a bad something that I can't finish on live air.
it's going to be a Coyote swap with probably about a 250 shot on it. So
All the nitrous.
It should be pretty radical if Donnie ever gets finished with it.
Yeah, about that. Those cars, like in Coyote stock class, which do you know about Coyote stock and NMRA?
I do.
Don't know if you guys know about Coyote stock. Coyote stock is you have to buy basically a sealed engine from Ford. It's currently it's a Gen 2 Coyote. You're allowed to put an intake on it, I believe. You're allowed to run whatever exhaust you want, but you run Ford's calibration. You can't go playing with the tune, nothing else. And then you just stick it in Fox body that you want. So whether it's a hatch, whether it's a coupe, whether it's a Fairmont,
And you
doesn't
basically-
matter.
And you just got to run the shit out of it. You rev it up, dump the clutch.
And they just go. And those guys are in like low 10s, 9s at range.
That is a driver's class.
Oh, 100%, because they're all the same thing.
I just want to give a shout out to Justin Starkey because he's on live right now watching, and he's in Paris. So he's on vacation in Paris. Hi,
And,
Justin.
and he cares enough to watch. Hey, Justin, what's up?
What's up?
Well, it's 6 hours ahead there, so it's almost 1 o'clock in the
It's
morning.
late.
Yeah,
We-
that's Justin though.
We
Like
I know.
appreciate the support.
Justin's always up at 1.
Paris things to do, Justin?
Yeah, don't you have Paris things to do? Go eat snails. Climb the Eiffel Tower. What the hell? Fish and chips? No, that's a British thing, isn't
He
it?
doesn't think the motor's going to live long.
Coyote motor plus nitrous, not living long. Been there, done that with my 93 Cobra. No, sir. With your 93 Cobra that I helped you fix, that had one of those weird, what did you call it? Push rods?
Push rod engine.
Oh, yeah, nah. Coyotes are completely different. They have like Japanese weird magic stuff going on, as Justin Young puts it.
It's got 3 more camshafts.
Has 3 more camshafts, has way better upgraded internals.
and a lot more compression.
Now, the 250 shot, I don't know. But a Coyote motor and nitrous, not worried about Coyote motor and nitrous by any means.
That
I don't
thing,
know.
it's going to need wheelie bars. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
seriously.
Oh, it doesn't weigh enough. That's the beauty of the Fox body and why the Coyote swap into the Fox body.
Yeah, it doesn't-
Now, then again, I will say, there is ways to make extremely light cars with high horsepower and still make it happen. In fact, I just saw that Shelby is going to be releasing basically their next version of the original AC Cobra, whatever. What's it called? Like
It's a Shelby Series 2. Any of you car guys that have been around a while know that many, many moons ago, Shelby released a Series 1 car.
which I don't know about that because apparently I wasn't born yet or something. But
Well-
tell me about it.
Well, the Series 1 car, it wasn't based off of any current vehicle, like it wasn't based on a Mustang or anything else, but it was a small coupe, kind of similar to the original AC Cobra. That it was a vision that Carroll Shelby had for himself and wanted to build his own car. That particular car, the Series 1, had an Oldsmobile Aurora 4-liter V8 in it. So a lot of purists weren't happy with that. It made, I think, 350 horsepower or something like that. So the new Series 2 car is going to be
They fixed that problem.
It's going to be Ford powered. It's going to make at least 800 horsepower or more. It's going to be available in carbon fiber and aluminum.
Now hit them with that price range on carbon fiber and aluminum because you guys were all interested.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the carbon fiber version was
$350,000 is what it's starting at.
And the aluminum version was how much?
800, which that sounds a little bass backwards to me.
It does
I
to
don't
me
know,
too.
but I know that you
We
verified.
did. We triple checked it.
So yeah, I don't know what the difference is. The aluminum, maybe that's like different option packages as well. Like it could be with the carbon fiber one, you get this, and then not only switching to aluminum, are you getting an aluminum body?
It's a beautiful car.
Oh, it's gorgeous. But maybe with the aluminum one, you also get like upgraded brakes, wheel. Who knows what the packages are going to include.
I'll still have to keep the Cobra.
Can I give a quick?
That's also true. The aluminum might have to be hand formed, which if that's the case,
Hand
then
carbon.
that's 100% would be way more expensive than carbon fiber.
Definitely. I think. What's
I
up?
want to give a quick shout out to Rebecca too, because she's on here watching also. So.
Rebecca.
Sorry, Rebecca.
What's up, Rebecca?
Well,
Rebecca,
because-
we were talking about you earlier because the beautiful Super Snake behind us, as you've seen, because you've been here before, has red interior. And I was quick to point out how you like the porno red interior as you had a Fox body with one.
Porno-
So, Carrie's like, why are you laughing? You don't like the porno red interior?
No, I'm
The
laughing because you referred to it as porno red. So
Well,
That's what it's called.
That's what the Mustang community knows it
I just
as.
think I still think it's funny.
That's what Rebecca told me. Like, I don't know what else to call it. Rebecca's always said, yeah, I had a Fox body with porno red interior. That's
I
that's
still
what
think
it
it's
is.
funny.
Okay, that's fine. All right. What else have we seen that's coming out new?
Well, I know that next week I'm going to be leaving. Not just me, actually.
I was
Donny
going to say,
and I,
we're going to party.
We're going. Yep, we're going to. We're going to be at Carlisle. So comment. Let us know how many of you guys are we going to see at Carlisle. Come see us. Come say hi to us. We're going to be doing installs, dyno pulls,
Everything.
you know,
Anything you want done.
kissing babies and shaking hands. So
Exactly.
Come see us.
So that Series 2, Alexander says they say it will be 12% lighter and 800 plus horsepower for that series.
That's going to be a badass car.
Oh, yeah.
An expensive badass car.
Yeah, I don't, man, like the money is the hard part for me.
That's the guy that works at Shelby, and we really appreciate him chiming in and giving us that information. That's pretty priceless.
Alexander's pretty much a regular.
That's
He
awesome.
tunes into all of our shows,
Yeah.
so it's nice to have him there as a supporter as well.
But speaking of Carlisle, still, I didn't get to finish. We still have spots available for dyno tunes installs, so please contact us at sales and support or sales at VMP. Talk to my staff. Let's get you scheduled in. Let's see what kind of power your car makes. Put your money where your mouth is.
And if it doesn't make what you want, I'll be there and I can put on whatever I have to make it make what you want.
We'll have pulleys.
We'll have
Lots
pulleys,
of
we'll have superchargers, we'll have cold air intakes, we'll have throttle bodies, I'll have injectors.
And T-shirts as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, any t-shirt you want, except for this one. You can't have this one. But you can have that one. We can make that
We
happen.
could auction that off.
Sweaty Donny shirt that he wore while changing the converter in Rebecca's car today, sweating his ass off.
It's too
Starting
bad.
bid $199.
It's too bad you won't have the Evan shirts with you.
Oh, God. We need Evan shirts. I wonder how quick I could get them. Want to talk about the Evan? They were commenting on the Evan. I want to talk about my Evan. Brian, Brian, why do you want my sweaty shirt? I'm confused. All right, not even going to comment
Any
on
other
Brian.
questions?
I'm going to see Brian next week. We'll have a beer.
F8L says, how are the street manners on the 173 throttle body with auto cars with a converter?
Oof, that might be sketchy.
So the 173, we're pretty much saying that's a race-only application. That's going to be for, you've got a race car, comes off the trailer, goes to the track, and you're matting it. It's got to go wide open.
Especially with a converter on an automatic car, that's a on-the-floor kind of thing. It's definitely would be a race piece.
Now, our 160 monoblade is more of a, okay, we still want the monoblade, we got to get the air in, but that's more of a street. Your perfect street drivability, though, is still going to be our Twin 67.
Absolutely.
Which, that, of course, fits right onto our Gen 2, Gen 2R blowers, and we have adapter plates. If you want the Gen 3 for plenty of other reasons that it's beneficial other than the massive size in the air, like you can upsize pulleys and run lower IATs and whatnot, Twin 67 will also bolt onto there with our adapter plates, and you keep your perfect street drivability, no questions asked, and it'll still flow a good amount of air.
Absolutely.
Alexander said thank you. He also, great shows. He tries to get in here everywhere. I pretty much see him every week. He doesn't try, he succeeds.
Well, thanks, Alex. We appreciate you watching, definitely.
Yeah. So where are we going, since we're talking about me and you traveling? You like hanging out with me so much, obviously. Where are we going after?
They're paying me to hang out with you, Donny.
Okay, then.
Get that through your head, buddy. We are going to American Muscle.
All right.
16th of June, we're going to be in Pennsylvania again.
You don't go for fun?
For American Muscle? For fun? No. I'm going to be working, just like you're going to be working.
That's why they let me wear the polos.
That's right. I don't own one of these shirts.
I have 3. Be jealous.
I am.
Yeah, we will be at American Muscle Show. That's a Saturday show.
That's right.
And where's it at in Pennsylvania? Do you know the town name?
It's going to be at Maple Grove, right? It's at the racetrack.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know the name of the town.
I don't know. It's just Pennsylvania. They have like corn and stuff up there.
We also have the exhibition drag race going on while
Yeah.
we're there. Rebecca's going to be racing, right?
Yeah, I think we're taking the shop truck that they've been letting me play with.
I think we are taking
Which
the truck
I don't know if you got any F-150 stuff in the background over there? No, you don't? But F-150's been getting a little bit of love lately. She's got a Gen 3 on it now.
doing some R&D on it.
Yep, doing some R&D with Gen 3. Then we got 20s on it off of a 16 or 17 Platinum with some nice sticky tires. It's got a Hellwig rear sway bar put in it now.
Yep.
Caltrac traction bars are going on tomorrow. So truck should definitely have a lot more in it, I think, than any of you have ever seen. So that'll be a good showing.
F8L, who was asking about the 173, just said, yeah, that he currently has the Twin 72, was just looking for all the air. Love the show, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Oh, Brian said me to the fact he's going to Carlisle. He doesn't want my damn shirt. Well, now I'm offended. What the hell? Gino, will we have a VMP charger for 18 auto at Carlisle that we could install? Right now, we don't have
them in stock.
a supercharger for 18 yet. They're still in some work, some packages we're putting together. We do have
The
Roush's available.
We're still doing R&D on the Roush.
Yeah, we actually have one on our 18 Mustang. What else we got? James, have you ever tuned a Roush Stage 1 supercharger equipped 2018 Mustang? If so, what gains can be had over the Roush 2 on 91?
Still working on it.
That's
We just talked
TBD.
about it.
We actually have our 18 Mustang, as you see pictured in the top left, or you saw pictured in the top left. I forget there's a lag. That's got Roush supercharger on it, and yeah, we'll definitely see what we can pick up with our tuning. I already know on the shifting side of it, even when the car was NA, it was amazing the difference that Joe and Justin worked on that thing, just tuning it NA.
Oh yeah.
Because I was actually there when that car got bought. That car got delivered. We were at Justin's house working on Rebecca's 18 on Thanksgiving, and the dealership that we bought it from actually delivered the car to Justin's house on Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And I was there, and yeah, it's definitely come a long way, just NA alone.
Yeah, but yeah, we appreciate you guys being patient with the 18 stuff. Like I said, he said we have the Roush charger on our car. We are still doing R&D. We've been so busy in the shop that we just have not had time to mess around with it. But we will get to it as soon as we can. Give you guys information, numbers, all the information.
John said, "I wish our shop was closer to Indiana." John, I can't change where my shop is, but what I can tell you is that Disney World is only like an hour away. The beach is only about 15 minutes away. So I don't know. I don't know what you're doing for vacation this year, but we can definitely work something out. Like you need a little shuttle. I'll drive you to the beach or something, or get a hotel over there. We'll make it happen. And we'll go to Disney. I'll go. Yeah, me and Brian will go to Disney with you. We got annual passes. VMP Disney Day. Man, when's that going on the schedule? We can go drinking around the world together. Go to Epcot. It'll be a good time. Jay, and your old crap. Just buy a GT500. God damn it, I'm tired of trying to pound this in your head. Got an 87 with Coyote motor and Gen 2 blower around 2,900, or Shelby you're trying to get me to buy at 4,000 plus ETC for the money. I still say the Shelby. You had a Fox body, you sold the Fox body. I say get a new GT500. Way more fun in my opinion, but you're gonna do what the hell you want. We've established that. Michelle commented VMP Disney Day. All right, so that's happening.
Hey, apparently, she works for me. I get to go too then.
Hey, I guess you're going. The cool thing about Epcot is they have have you ever been to Epcot?
Of course.
They have all the different countries.
You drink around the world.
So you drink around the world. You go get tequila. It's a great time.
Leon.
Leon, how have you guys fared tuning the GT350 throttle body with stock manifold? We go backwards, dude. We actually put the GT350 manifold on stuff, and then we have a nice billet adapter plate that puts the stock throttle body back on, and that's the way to go. You're really, throttle body size on NA isn't changing that crazy much, and it's just the car's drivability, tunability, everything.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's just that much better with the stock throttle body still. We haven't really played with the, I'm laughing at Jay's dumbass, but the GT350, we don't recommend that. We just swap you to the stock one. You'll still make great power. It's just a little better that way.
Marcella says, what are the best mods for a stock 2012 Boss?
Stock 2012 Boss.
A Gen 3.
Yeah. Let's go NA and let's go supercharged.
Okay.
Just because he has a Boss, so he has that beautiful Boss 302 intake manifold that I love sitting on top. So pretty much then we're looking at
a JLT.
Get a good cold air intake on it. Get a JLT or a PMAS. Headers, which honestly 11 to 14 really doesn't have bad headers. They basically have shorty header stock.
Yeah,
the cats aren't integrating. Yeah, you could just run a great mid-pipe, a catback. Well, yeah, mid-pipe and catback and go all the way. Or you could just do long tubes, because of course long tubes are better than shorties.
And the Boss already has more aggressive cams than
the
regular Coyote does.
It does.
So, I mean, really a good cold air intake and a really good tune. And if you really want to spend some money, you can upgrade from those cams to another set of cams.
Now we will say a Boss 302 has better internals engine than a regular 11 to 14 Mustang. So you're kind of ripe for the supercharging game in the sense of, yes, it's a Boss, it's special because of that intake manifold, but everything else that's on that motor would help you supercharge as well. Yeah. So that's a great car to put a blower on.
They do respond better to boost than the regular Coyote does,
for
sure,
yeah.
by quite a large margin.
Yeah, J0304 Cobra, whatever. Steven, Gen 3 blower for the Cobras. Steven, give me a month or so. They're coming, I promise. It's not fake.
Third to fourth week in June. Yeah. And there's no lie, we don't have one hidden around here anywhere.
I pulled it out. I pulled it out last week. I already
one.
had one in here. We test fitted the Gen 3 on it, put it all back together. Rick's going racing.
I
So
promise you, we wish we had one just as bad as you wish that we had one.
yeah, we wish you had one as bad as you wish we had one.
That's
yeah,
exactly
I like that.
right.
I feel like I can use that saying in life. I don't know how, but I'm going to use it.
Anything else?
Christy says she's got her Walt Disney
Yeah,
World
Christy
pass
says she's
ready.
got her.
Another employee ready to go to Disney.
Yeah, we need to like all to chime in.
Justin, take us to Disney.
Yeah, when are we closing it? Well, we got too much crap to do. God, I was about to say, when are we closing the shop and going to? We can't right now. We literally have too much.
We gotta keep the doors open.
We'll have a Disney day one day. One day we'll be all caught up. We'll have 1 million employees, and just the important ones can leave with Disney passes.
Well, a couple more things. Again, like every time you guys see me on camera or I'm on a show, I always ask you guys, and I thank you for being patient. As far as tunes and tune updates go, Justin and Joe are working diligently on getting those out to you guys as quickly as possible, but don't hesitate to call us or email us to check on the status of your tune, and we'll be glad to update you as quickly as possible. Once we receive your information for a tune or tune update, it is at least 5 to 10 business days for turnaround once we get your information. So please keep that in mind and bear with us, and we'll get you all taken care of. Any other notes you need to add?
I'm just laughing at Christy saying, take the Death Star to Disney. That'll be great. Oh my gosh, it's
Do
happening.
they know what the Death Star is?
The Death Star is the 40-foot long or so. I don't think it's quite that long, but it's up there. It's our giant RV. It's basically a semi-truck with an RV on the back.
Yep.
Weighs like 25,000 pounds. It's huge. We call it the Death Star. It's black. It's pretty rad. But yeah, I think Christy's on a roll here. Leon, we'll see you at Carlisle. I got nothing to add. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I want to come back and do this next week. So
I think we might have a question or two. Maybe.
Bitcoin says I'm currently running 10.4 at 133, 75 millimeter pulley on a 727 Roush 2016 running E70. I'm wanting to run 10 or high 9s. What do I need to get there? It's the base 727 kit besides injectors and return fuel.
we need a little more fuel. You're on E70.
Yeah.
E85, make sure you're getting good E85.
And pull it down a little bit.
And pull it down a little bit more.
much, but-
Unfortunately, we're getting somewhat close to what stock motor is going to be happy with. Definitely, if you haven't done oil pump gears, crank gears, we need to be looking at in the right now, not near future. Like if you're already at that level of running 10.4s, beating on it at the track, it needs those. Yeah, but really just a little bit more fuel, a little bit more boost, we can make it happen. I'm not responding to you, Jay. You can walk over to my house if you want to talk to me about your stupid truck. Like I said,
Bitcoin says OPGs are done.
okay,
Oh,
that's
awesome.
good. Then yeah, more fuel, a
Little
little
more
more pulley.
You
We
should
can make
be
it
a
happen.
Driver mod.
But yeah, I like doing the show. I know John likes coming on here and sitting next to me for an hour
do.
after we get off work.
You need to
So
wash that
make
shirt.
sure, yeah, I will. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, so we get we're gonna keeping the viewers up. You guys are doing good coming back every week. We need to
Absolutely.
keep happening so we can keep doing the show.
Yeah, you guys let us know what you want to see. We're listening to you because we're out in the shop. Showing
Trust
you
me,
guys what's
I didn't
going on.
choose to stay out in the shop. Like I've been out here all day. It's hot. Welcome to Florida. And when they told me I'm not going in the AC, I wasn't exactly happy. But y'all want a shop tour? You get a shop tour.
Hey, and the other new thing too that I want to mention, and you guys probably already know looking at our Facebook page, is that the F-150 kits dropped this week. So please check out our website, VMPPerformance.com. We have different stage kits for the F-150 from stage 1 to stage 3. Make over 700 wheel horsepower with your F-150. So not a bad gig.
No. All right, guys. I think that's all we got for you this week. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell us if you want to hear anything else.
No.
We'll see you.
Ciao.